Hey, what's up, sheeple? Welcome back to another House of the Unknown.
We
Uh,
want to share with you some things we love today.
Happy Thursday. So
Let's just jump into it.
yeah, let's jump into it. So let's talk about Kanye West and Pete Davidson's situation. I'm kidding. We
If
got
you've been following me on Twitter, you know.
a my Twitter actually got suspended, so I don't know what happened there. So I gotta wait another 30 days or
Twitter, do your thing.
Twitter deal thing. We actually, well, the House of the Unknown actually has a Twitter.
And that got suspended?
No, mine got suspended.
Oh, well, I believe that.
I guess so. So, I'm here with David and my sister, Adam and Ane. Say hello.
Hi.
It's been a while since we've done this, so I know that for sure. Uh, so first we got some announcements. Couple announcements, a few. Um,
First one is we're getting married.
So the announcements are you obviously this is obviously funded by Patreon, the Handshake Prime Plus Squared. We actually have a new show that's actually up right now. It's called Retrogressive. We play retro games on the show.
And we make microaggressions.
And we make microaggressions about it. And sometimes it's either me and David playing, or sometimes I just have other people who play it.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Well, I played online with someone else, and so
is she prettier than me?
he has a beard, so
Well, she sounds hideous.
well, she's a guy, so
Hey, Clive Barker's doing the Clark thing on the camera. Why do you hold it in?
Howdy ho, neighborette. So we have a new show on there. First episode's out, so you want to go definitely check it out. It's basically it's all for all patrons. $3 a month or $5 a month, and we also have a $10 tier. You know, obviously, for my RPG game. So definitely check out.
Huge.
Definitely check out Patreons. And as for Nani, what are our main topic for today?
The Simpsons?
The Simpsons.
Oh, I don't have a Simpsons shirt.
That's fine if you don't have a Simpsons shirt. Anyway, Nani, what is our top story today?
The Simpsons?
The Simpsons. And what about the Simpsons?
And their predictions.
And their predictions. And are they true or not, right? Yeah. We also are going to be talking about a few small stories that I've covered.
Oh.
Don't worry about yours. Yours is about the Simpsons. I've watched a couple of Simpsons stuff. I could probably defunk a couple of shit, but hey.
Okay. Me too.
So, but do you believe that they are predicting the future?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe coincidence, but there also is no such thing as coincidence.
Yeah. But today for our small stories, I don't know if you guys heard recently about the Japanese rock, the demon that's stuck inside that rock, and it split open today.
Didn't split open today.
Well, it didn't split open today, but it split open, and
she's a nine-tailed fox. Yeah, it's a rock that held the nine-tails demon in.
Yeah.
So that really desirable Pokemon.
Vulpix.
So let's definitely
Oh wait, I thought you were supposed to show it on here.
I don't have that technology yet. So in Japan, I will send you the link though, so you can read with us. Japan's Killing Stone splits into two related to superstition. I sent you in another story. Predictions of dark forces being unleashed by an evil vixen hung over to social media in Japan Monday. The famous volcanic rock said to kill anyone who comes into contact with it has found split into two. According to mythology surrounding the Sessho-siki, or Killing Stone, the object is contained to transform corpse and Tamino no Me. A beautiful woman who's been a part of a secret plot hatched by feudal warlord to kill the Emperor Toba, who regained from 1107 to 1123. Legends has it that her true identity was an evil nine-tailed fox whose spirit was embodied by a hunk of lava located in the area of Tochi Tochigi Prefecture near Tokyo, famous for the sulfuric hot springs. Its separation into two roughly equal parts has been occurred within the past few days, has spooked online users who noted the according folklore the stone uh,
Continually.
continually spew poisonous gas, hence the name, while the stone has said it has been destroyed and the spirit of exorcised by the Buddhist monk who scatters its pieces across Japan. Many Japanese prefer to believe that it is home to the slopes of Mount Nasu. Visitors in the area, a popular sightseeing spot that recoiled at the horror the weekend after witnessing posted photos of the fractured stone and the links of the rope that secured around the circumference laying around the ground. I feel like I've seen something that shouldn't be seen, on Twitter said in the post of the attached. Here is the picture. That is a split in half rock. To be honest, I feel like that's pretty crazy. And look at us now. Naughty, do you have any thoughts on that?
I just sent you a picture.
Through Discord?
My life partner.
Whoa, they're eating Korean beef. And there's a kissing scene?
Trab.
Whoa, shit, she hot.
I mean, if you're into
I am into that. I'm into that furry shit too. Oh, why you what?
Huh?
Pissing all over.
What?
He's watching.
I'm watching the trailer for the Nine-Tailed Fox.
Oh, the Korean
They're
one?
not even kissing, they're just holding lips.
Then there's a big light between them. She stole his soul.
I stole your soul. Don't look at me.
I'm
Nice.
naked.
I'm naked.
I don't know what you guys are watching.
We're watching the
trailer for My
trick
Girlfriend
dude.
Gomiho.
Oh. Don't like the girl because one, that's Top's ex, and now she's about to marry the other guy.
Top dated that? Man, he got low standards in.
Oh, I know, right?
You got a shot, no kidding.
Oh!
Okay. That was fucked up. I love my sister. Oh, that's the new one?
Lucky I'm not about to cry.
You know, she opened that door. Don't get up.
Dad, will you close the door?
Let all the bugs and flies.
We used to be so poor I had to eat bugs.
Alright, so that's
Actually, no. That was actually kind of well off. And then he
That's
met
not what he
mom.
wants you to.
He has oil lamb, so in the 70s, that was pretty well. He bought all his nephews motorcycles. I was like, damn it, why didn't he say that? Mom goes, he wasn't smart, he just spent.
You gotta get while the getting's good, man.
Alright, so anyways, while others speculated the demon spirit of Tommy Nome had resurrected over 1,000 years ago, local media has said cracks had appeared in the rock several years ago, possibly allowing rainwater to seep in and weaken the structure. The stone, which was registered as a local historian in 1957, was mentioned at Matsu Basho, seminal work in the narrow road to the deep north, has inspired No way. I know that's not how you say it, but a novel and film and an anime film, Mashimura Sugawara had held the local volunteer group Y'all can read that, no. Yomaru Simbun.
Yomiuri.
It was a shame that the
Boom.
stone had split because it was a symbol of the area, but agreed that the nature had simply taken its course. Local national government officials will meet and discuss the stone's fate. According to the newspaper, has quoted Natsu Tozan officials said it would be Sasso Siki restored to its original form, presumably with its demonic inhabitants sealed with. Um, yeah. So that's the Guardian. If you guys want to go ahead and feel that void in, but I say go to your local PBS station and actually help them
Viewers
out.
like you.
But viewers
Isn't it
like
funny
you.
how we talked about the small story first, even though we were gonna do the big story first according to the ethnics of podcast.
No, the small stories first. Small story and then top story.
Top stories number 3, small stories number 4. Which number comes first in the alphabet?
Basically, the top stories are
Chicken
like,
or the egg?
so the egg, and then we get the chicken. Then we kill it.
So okay, whoever made this diagram did a very poor job.
Hey, it was made on my notes. Okay, I made them. I made this. Where you going?
Boo-hoo-hoo.
Here, we can watch some more stuff. It's gonna be pretty extra. So,
Mm.
so that being said, so what are your thoughts on it, Adam and Ane first, and then we'll hear David's thoughts. Emma, go lay down. You're gonna make too much noise.
Maybe if y'all
It's
didn't
not
have
Lacey,
5
it's
dogs.
Lacey's dog. But I don't know. I think it's cool.
Were you prepared for this, or?
Was I prepared
No.
for it
For
to
the rock
split?
to break open?
Yeah.
I feel like most of that shit like be happening right now.
Like I said, all legends and myths come from somewhere, so obviously it does.
I always because they always said that like giants are the mountains, and I never saw it until like one person like showed a top down view, and I was like, oh shit, I kind of see it now.
There
Kind of
is
dope.
there is this one island. I've never seen Moana, but it's about her.
Moana.
No, not Moana.
No, you saw Moana. You
I
saw.
only seen You're Welcome, and then
She saw Encanto.
I haven't even seen Encanto.
I
saw the
seen
one about the
Encanto.
guy with the skeleton and the guitar.
Yes, I have.
Coco.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. What about you, David? What do you think about this whole Demon Rock?
Well, I agree with Nani that all legends come from somewhere. And I think that somewhere is the stinking asshole of humanity. That people just pull these stories out of their ass because they sound cool.
To be clear, no, he didn't agree with me at all. He just
Oh, no. See, we have more in common than we have.
To be
that's-
clear, this is all
Weird.
recorded, so yeah, we can all see that he didn't agree.
he didn't agree at all. So, and no, David, we're quite opposite.
But you're just looking for the difference. I'm looking for things we have in common.
But we don't have anything in common. We're quite opposite. So, that being said, yes, I do believe that there is. Who's to say that, like how Indians have, we have our own things and spiritual things. Who's to say that Japan or Japanese people don't have their own spiritual
Well,
things?
sure, yeah. It's still part of a cultural hegemony.
See, our storytelling, we have a coyote and he told me, which is a spider. They have a raccoon and a fox.
That's pretty deep.
No, I learned that they have a.
What's the raccoon represent?
I don't know, probably the same thing. I just know they're both tricksters, like how ours are tricksters. The coyote and he told me.
So what do you think that lady's going to do now that she's on the loose whenever she was put in that rock to kill somebody back in the 12th century?
11th.
12th.
It
It's
said
gonna
11th.
be highly out of place.
No, it said 1100. So it was the 12th century.
Well, you studied.
Trust me, I hate it too, but Like right now, we're in the 21st century, even though it's the 2000s.
22nd.
Yeah, but like 20.
We're in 2022.
Correct. Like 2000. Like 2022, not 2100.
So when we enter the year 3000,
You'd be surprised if we live underwater.
What
but
was
we
that?
I don't
It's
know.
a woodpecker.
You have a woodpecker outside?
I don't think so. I don't know what it
It was my phone vibrating.
was. I don't go check whatever. If I hear noise outside, I'm just thinking.
It's daylight.
I don't
It
care.
was the guy that he was calling. It's the guy I'm going to loan or borrow the jackhammer from.
Anyways, she's gonna be out of place, honestly.
So what do you think she'll do? Who will she be violent against? Is it are people safe?
I don't know. They have a lot of people running around, like the split mouth woman and the dolls that grow hair. And
Those they can have cosmetic surgery to fix that. They're called hairlines. Cleft palate.
you always have you not ever heard that story of the slit mouth woman?
You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh
That
my
lady?
god. Anyways, yes. Have
Heath
you watched
Ledger's
that?
loose in Japan. People.
I was told with that split mouth lady, you're supposed to like not say anything at all.
You're supposed to throw candy or something to confuse her.
Oh,
Really?
doesn't Kai really like that bland slip mouth?
They were in concert together.
But yeah, because if she says, "Am I beautiful?" If you say yes, then she'll slit your mouth, or if you say no, then she'll attack you and kill you. So it's like a catch-22.
Mhm.
You can't win. So they said if you confuse her or throw candy at her, then you'll be able to run away. Then there's a new one that I learned about the 6 foot tall lady. So they have a lot, and then they have a bathroom one that comes and asks you if you have toilet paper. If you say yes, I don't know. It's like I have to really.
I know you're lying because there are bidets in Japan.
Some of them aren't bidets. They cater to foreigners now.
We be
You
the
like
foreigners.
that band?
Foreigners. Exactamundo.
What do you think, Halo?
Well, I think it's some pretty interesting lore. I mean, I like Japan a lot, so I mean, I feel like
Me too. We should go.
their culture is a lot, similar.
Post club.
So I mean, I try not to destroy other people's culture, like this culture vulture next to me.
He's not a culture vulture. He's not stealing culture. He's just denying everyone's culture.
He's stealing it by denying it.
I don't want it. I don't think it has a place in it.
That's
I'm
bad.
playing. Do you ever noticed that I sometimes on this podcast do a thing called playing the devil's advocate?
No.
Where
He
I
ain't
re-
Keanu Reeves. He ain't having sex with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I'm talking about where I say things that I don't really hold to be true.
Well, most people don't know
They don't
that.
know
They don't
you.
like the way.
I guarantee.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like the story was pretty nice. I mean, that's scary, but shit like that.
But like they said, how Annabelle ran away last year. So
Mm-hmm.
and apparently she didn't do much because she's back.
Yeah.
Publicity.
She just wanted to go party. We like to party. Why are you guys glaring at each other?
He's glaring at
Well,
me.
look, you guys
know that this is
You're looking at
recorded.
me funny.
I just
We're
know.
both
I
on
just
camera.
looked over and he's
You guys
glaring
are,
at
like,
me,
giving
and I'm
each other
like,
death
You were
stares.
talking, I was looking at you, and then you gave me the stink eye.
first of all, I just looked over. So
He gave you his panicker face.
ew.
Vinegar strokes.
The vinegar strokes. All right. Well, is there any other stories you got, Noni?
Just a random one.
Yeah.
Like what I just learned, or what?
No. I mean, if you got any more, I mean,
You-
I was just making sure if you got any extra ones. Sometimes, usually, you were like, "Oh, I got that whole thing." Or if not, that's cool. I mean,
I might piggyback off this Simpsons one.
Okay. I mean, we could start on the new, this small topic that we are trying to get into.
Did you hear
Back in
that the
podcast.
last child sibling is the loved one?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard about how the last
The
sibling
favorite one.
is a favorite one. And I also think
Obviously, that's true because they stopped. If I
What?
was the loved and favorite one, they would have just stopped right then and there.
Huh?
No. They were like, let's get two more.
You ever thought maybe people have children whenever they don't really intend to have children?
Well, my mom wasn't supposed to have kids. So we're her miracle children. Look how we turned out.
Miraculous.
Okay,
I'm
maybe
thankful for each and every one of you
Why are you throwing
who's
stuff
not
at me?
tied.
No, It's gonna sound loud.
She threw it at me.
Anyway, so we're gonna do a little quick commercial break.
Fire.
So
Here's that nine plus square.
you can say prime plus squared. Fire. The first true technology. Next to Hannah St. Prime plus squared. Get all instant access of Hannah St. Prime plus squared. Let us in! Let her in!
I'll be right now.
Yeah, we fucking you up.
This video is funded by crowdfunding on Patreon and viewers like you. Thank you.
Definitely. So Nani, you did a couple pieces of homework. I've asked you to do a couple pieces of homework about the Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your conclusion that has found you amazed or not amazed, or it just so happens to be a coincidence?
I mean, I always liked The Simpsons, but
You need to calm down. You're getting too loud.
is The Simpsons predicting the future?
I don't know. Is the Simpsons predicting the future?
It's just my question.
Oh.
Sending out to the
I would feel like they kind of, I don't know, I feel like, how the Jetsons and everything else, and
There's other cartoons that kind of predicted, like Inspector Gadget and stuff.
and then like, yeah, Inspector Gadget, Dick Tracy, who invented the smartwatch, that you're able to talk through. That's I remember I forgot, I think it was a Samsung smartwatch, and they had commercials of Dick Tracy and how he's able to talk through it and how people were talking through it. So I mean, I feel like
Or
that.
Get Smart, he was talking through his shoe.
Huh?
Get Smart, that was the first portable phone. He was talking through his shoe. Never seen the old Get Smart?
With Steve Carell.
No, that was the movie.
I
Old Get Smart.
I haven't seen
All right, Grandma, it's time to get you back in time for bridge club.
that.
Hilarious. No, I just used to watch old shows with my mom and grandma.
All right, continue on. What is What is your findings?
So, like, the very first one is Donald Trump's presidency that aired. That's the most popular one. That aired season 11, episode 17. It was predicted in 2000 and came true in 2016. The same episode predicted the Kamala Harris inauguration outfit that Lisa's wearing is pretty much the same as what Kamala Harris wore. So that was like the big one. But they also predicted Disney owning Fox, which appeared in season 10, episode 5. 3 was the FaceTime, premiered in season 6, episode 19. But they called it a picture phone. They didn't call it FaceTime. But
No, not true. Debunked.
But in that same episode, Lisa's husband was talking into his watch, so his first smartwatch, which was predicted in 1995 but came true in 2010. Then the GoPro that they predicted was in 1994, came true in 2004. Season 5, episode 13. Then like the faulty voting machines, they predicted in 2008, came true in 2012.
Was there anything that says about anything about 9/11?
Yes. They you have to wait until I get up there.
It just seemed like you were going through like a whole list, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought that was a major big one too. Was it
Well, yeah, 9/11 is when they went to New York and Lisa holds up. Are you going to be putting pictures or clips up here? Okay. Lisa holds up the 9/11 and it was like $11 or $9 on the 11th or something like that. And then there was a plane and stuff. But that kind of goes to my second theory after all these. The voting machine, because I guess during the election of Obama and Mitt Romney, they were clicking on the video, they were clicking for Obama, but it kept going back to Mitt Romney. So they knew about the NSA snooping, which, you know, Snowden, and that's your thing. You're obsessed with that guy. Predicted in 2007, but came true in 2013. They predicted the Nobel Prize winner, which was predicted in 2010, came true in 2016. Season 22, episode 1. Then it did the FIFA corruption, because that was predicted in 2014, came true in 2015. But I guess that was true. And they also got the actual teams that won, but the scoring was wrong.
Nope, debunked. Not true.
The Higgs boson
Higgs boson. Particle.
predicted in 1989, but came true in 2012 because I guess Homer Simpson did that. They predicted Lady Gaga performing at the Super Bowl and the exact way she performed, like flying in the air and stuff. But that was in 2012. But their Super Bowl halftime was in 2017. So a lot of they predicted murder hornets. They also predicted, remember in the movie where they caught that three-eyed fish?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they found a three-eyed fish.
Or the EPA.
Yeah.
Or EPA.
Yeah. And so.
Well, that's what the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the grandpa called it.
So, yeah, they predicted more murder hornets and COVID-19. And the horse meat scandal in the 1994 episode. And then, I guess, like in 2013, the UK had a scandal about the meat that they were serving, horse meat. So, and did you hear about the Beatles letter that John had just recently found a fan letter?
John's been dead.
Paul, shut up.
thought they were talking about how Paul McCartney's been dead this whole time.
No, well, that was the very first conspiracy theory. But Paul McCartney just found like a fan letter, and they predicted the Beatles letter. So that was pretty cool because recently Paul McCartney just found that letter.
They say that Paul McCartney is like actually dead, and that's just a look-alike.
Well, they also say that about Avril Lavigne. So.
We should do that next. Celebrity lookalikes.
But yeah, there's more, like, of course, like the Siegfried and Roy attack, tiger attack and stuff. They predicted that. The Capitol riots and all those things. I don't know if I actually like believe that they actually do it. But maybe it's also, have you heard of predicting programming?
No.
So much like how, like, you know, when they find the 9/11 things and everything, and they go through like Johnny Bravo and the Simpsons, and all in the background there's like towers being blown up or something. So that's what, but they said that it goes even farther back. And if you watch Looney Tunes, they sit there and they make like crashing noises and stuff in the background there, and he's all like the towers, or something like that. But Dad also mentioned when there's time of war, they'll play a lot of war movies on TV and stuff. So I feel like that's probably part of predictive programming, because
is it because of that, so they can get people onto doing more war, or used to seeing sites?
Used to seeing that, I think, because like during the Vietnam time, they used to play the war on TV all the time and stuff. So it's just, if you play a movie, I guess, kind of to corrupt your, or not corrupt your mind, but to just kind of turn your mind into like getting used to seeing.
It's not spelling. It's not productive. It's predicted.
Breathe. Why is that Microsoft Edge?
Almost had.
In neuroscience, predictive coding is also known as predictive processing. It is a theory of brain function in which the brain is constantly generating or updating mental model environment.
I don't think that's right.
That's not what I was. That's not.
It says predictive programming, how movies and books and TV shows
Yes,
predict the future.
Programming, like, now back to our regular schedule.
9 years ago, therefore, the emergence outbreak, almost COVID, situation depicted contagious, in which were like, in the year 2011, similar Simpsons episode titled "The City of New York versus Homer Simpson" that originally aired in 1997 feature plots that early mirrors the 9/11 tragedy some ways.
But if you look at Simpsons isn't the only one. They're just more the prominent one.
Well, The Simpsons. Forgive me if I may. The Simpsons has like 721 episodes. They're like one of the longest running television shows ever. So the fact that they have more material out just gives them greater odds of creating coincidences of things that happen in real life.
But there's no such thing as coincidence.
Well, I think that's probably where we have to disagree.
That's fine, but there's no such thing as coincidence. Did she walk by? Yeah. Camera.
Mm.
Yeah, because right here. Oh,
I'm on the screen right
oh,
now.
never mind. He's on the screen. Yeah, I'll try to take out his trash and stuff. But
I wasn't.
you did. I thought you were. You were quiet for a long time.
Because mom was.
Okay, then finish.
Well, you can't just make a guy finish. So if I just sat here and made predictions, if I made 5 predictions, you know, the odds of one coming true are pretty slim, you know, like 1 in 5. If I sat here and made 721 predictions, my odds are a little bit bigger because I have more chances out there. You know what I mean? So if they're putting out that much material and every story ever has already been written and aired, you know, there's no new ideas left, then there's a pretty decent probability that they're going to hit something just by throwing shit. Something's going to stick. And there's also a concept called frequency illusion, where once you become aware of something or you read about something, then it's a mental illusion that it happens more frequently than it really does. So the first time that the media really latched on to a coincidence of a prediction from The Simpsons, now there's this frequency illusion bias that they do it all the time. People went back through all their material trying to find predictions or find anything that was even remotely prescient of actual real world.
I'm kind of on the point of your point of view, but I'm also like, but I also like to think about that history, like, quote unquote, repeats itself. And I feel like most episodes are from like history repeating. You know, you got the Spanish flu.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they probably like, hey, let's do something like that but make it funnier.
Yeah.
And obviously, and then we just happened to have a big virus that went out again around.
Yeah, but if you look in history, every 20 year or every, because it was like what the Spanish flu was what in 1920.
I think so, yeah.
So and then 2020 we had COVID. It was over, and then before that was influenza or the yellow fever or something like that. Was 1820, and then 1720.
I don't know. I just feel like that most of them are from like other things.
Well, like so Family Guy, how they predicted the Kevin Spacey case.
Yeah.
And
Well,
how
it's just creepy.
I think he's just he's been in Hollywood so much that he's heard things through the grapevine.
Oh, sure.
So I feel like that he just kind of put it in his cartoon instead of it being a prediction. But I feel like the Simpsons creators, they've been in Hollywood for a long time too. So maybe they picked up on things.
Yeah. Like this guy, right? I'm on that same website. It says it's life that imitates art, so you know, obviously unless it's a different one. But yeah, I mean, okay, no, it's the same one. First world. So the world's first mobile phone claimed that it was inspired by the pocket-sized wireless communicator device featured in 1966 popular Star Trek TV show. Today's company like Apple and Microsoft sci-fi writers lectured and highlighted close relationship between science fiction and technological advance. So I mean,
but how do you explain that Charlie Chaplin clip? Was she talking on a radio? Was she talking on a cell phone?
I was gonna say we should probably talk about that next.
Time travel?
Time travel. I'm a big believer in time travel, so.
You aren't?
I am. And we stopped time from happening, but obviously look at it now.
But time's an illusion.
Yeah, but if you could change.
What?
It's an illusion.
Illusion, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like, it's
Humans created time, so the concept of time to measure the passing.
time in So, because they explain time going like this, it's not just straightforward. It twists and turns. Hence is the word deja vu comes from, because they think some people say you've already lived that part, so it's just replaying. But that goes back to predictive programming. Look at the Matrix. Everybody's like, oh, and they just now found there's a what's it called, parallel universe. So they found that there's evidence of a parallel universe. So everybody's like, oh, this is sci-fi and everything, but it's now coming true.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole prediction outlook of most of these things, and
Same with mermaids. I've been watching a lot of mermaid TikToks, and they're thinking, because look at Luca. They're coming more and more, and we're bombing the ocean more and more, and so the mermaids are like coming up and stuff because they're being shown. There's this dude who's his TikToks keep getting shut down, but he's communicating with this one siren like all the time. The siren's like, and if you look in pirates and stuff, they talk about mermaids and they talk about sirens and everything, and so they're just like,
yeah. I mean, I feel like most of the Simpsons episode, I don't know, people are like really relying hard on the Simpsons episode of like, oh, everything. I mean, if you look at Futurama, they kind of have like, in Futurama, they have everything in the future. So it doesn't just like, I feel like anything's impossible, but I feel like, it
yeah, but
just,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, most of it is like a weird, crazy coincidence about like how Donald Trump was president and they had the exact same scene.
Or they went off when he first started talking about being elected as president, because that's what one thing he was. Well, one, he wasn't going to be a Republican. He said he was going to be a Democrat, but he said, yeah, that was on one of his lists that he wanted to do, is become president.
Yeah.
So they could have been just going off that interview.
Yeah.
So
And then everyone always talked about Trump being president in other TV shows. I think Fresh Prince. I think they said something like that.
because that's what he told Oprah. That's what he wanted to do. So they could have been going off of that as a.
Yeah.
Because Reagan was a celebrity, he was a
Yeah.
actor. So what? How
It just,
far-fetched?
yeah, it is a small coincidence, and I feel like that most things are, I guess you'd say, in those facts. But like I said, I feel like also history does repeat itself,
Yeah, it does.
and they just go back from like, oh, okay, well, he said this a long time ago, and it just so happens they like, oh, it happened, and
But-
people tend to forget about most things like that.
But watching the Jetsons when you were younger, we were supposed to be having flying cars by now, right?
Yeah, there's like a weird theory about the Jetsons about how the Flintstones and the Jetsons are in the same timeline.
Because of the movie.
Well, no, because they said the Jetsons are like the rich people and the Flintstones are like the poor people, and the Jetsons, since they're all up on top, the Flintstones are like
Oh, okay. So they're like prehistoric because they're all.
yeah,
That would explain why the Flintstones has dishwashers and the camera and
Yeah.
cars.
And the weird little alien.
yeah.
That was just, oh yeah, huh?
Mhm.
Little green guy.
So, but yeah, it was stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's interesting. Every time that people are like, "Whoa, Simpsons predicted it again," I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like most of the Simpsons episodes are.
I mean,
it's-
there's more on list that goes on and on.
yeah,
everything
I mean, but people
I
always
just-
like, but people like have it as a stretch where people became a meme of like, look how Homer drinks his coffee. People drink coffee like that now. So, but I don't know. There's like a whole big. I feel like it just the Simpsons had so many episodes. I feel like they got a couple things right. Same way as like other TV shows. I mean, there's other TV shows that always had like
Yeah, I mean, look at Black Mirror.
yeah.
Who's to say we're not that far from Black Mirror episodes?
Yeah.
And Black Mirror's like social commentary on the danger and the nature of the human nature.
Well, in
Direction.
Japan, they actually, I don't know if you've seen that episode of Black Mirror about how if you get like a lot of social media output, and likes and everything.
The
They're
more
all
likes you have, is more popular and rich you are.
yeah.
And then if you just like the people who are like who lost all their stars or their likes and stuff are the poor and they have to scrounge and stuff.
Yeah.
So I get it wasn't Japan, it was China.
Oh, was it China?
They were doing that in China.
Yeah. It's basically how much likes you get and how much you're influenced in that whole social media stuff. So, yeah.
But I mean, some Black Mirror. I don't know. It's kind of cool. There's the one where she had her AI husband after her husband died and stuff, and she was working on her book or something. But she was like sitting there with the screen and everything. It was pretty cool how she was doing that, and I was like, who's to say we're not far off from that one? Or
Yeah, what about the one where the guy like starts playing these virtual reality games online with his buddy, and then they start flunking in virtual reality?
Actually, yes. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
where's that at, man?
Actually,
You know?
it's on VR chat. I watched a couple of documentaries on YouTube about how VR chat, where people it's a mess right now. Like there's like a deep dark. It's a big mess about how VR chat and VR sex is like real.
you can feel everything.
Not really but it's just the act of of getting consensual with a person, even though you don't know. But I mean, it's still
Did they
like,
look like those characters?
huh?
Did they look like the characters?
I mean, most of them are like anime characters and stuff, but they go like in deep dark like chat rooms within VR chat, and like they actually have like a club where you actually have to be invited in and stuff, and then you can actually like lock the door where other people can just walk in and like you can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's like have these people are like, and then like some of these people are like 12 to 13 years old sometimes, and some people just don't care, and then they're just like it's online, so it's just, yeah, it's crazy. I watched that whole documentary about it and stuff, and I was like, damn, and I don't know, it's weird. That's crazy.
Thanks for bringing that up. David.
No, like I don't know, like Black Mirror is kind of like starting to mirror things like VR chat and everything else.
So see, that could be seen as a predictive program.
Right, but they were just like.
But there are
social commentary.
But there are some VR things where you can actually put on and you can actually feel it. So when they do go on VR chat, they'll ask other people like, "Hey, touch me on the arm," and they'll actually feel it. And they have like these sensors that can like feel and stuff. So I mean, we're almost
So
there.
do you think we could be like Wally?
Off bat.
I'm already there, so it doesn't matter.
Look at God.
No, I mean just being so disconnected that we're all just because we're already all like the.
Every time I come over here, everybody's looking at the screen.
I'm sorry, David. We all don't just sit there and read by a campfire and everything.
I feel like
Play instruments.
I feel like most of us are not going to be like Wally, but I mean, we're already. I mean, some people are like, oh, we're living like in the future. Everyone's so stuck in their screen and social media. I was like, you still got a few handful. And David's like an old grandpa still. You'll still have those few people who are like, I don't know what's going on in the world. He's like the most disconnected person in the world.
Not true, because he's on his phone right now.
I was doing some research.
Because he's doing some research. But I mean,
How to become Wally.
but I don't know. I think the overall thing, I think some closing arguments. What do you feel? Do you feel like the Simpsons were correct?
I don't know. Just going back to Jetsons. I mean, when you're a little kid, you're like, who's to say that there's not an inventor out there and been like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, who's all the same thing, and like, yeah, that's
And
where
was all
they
like,
direct their
hey,
research.
I went just like you said with Dick Tracy when he was talking in his thing. Dick Tracy is from the 50s, so who's to say that there wasn't somebody at Apple or something said, hey, I really like Dick Tracy and
Yeah,
I really like.
like that article you were talking about. This the headline was, I mean, maybe it's hackneyed, but you know, the fact that sometimes life imitates the art. You know, some of the people direct their research and attention to things that ideas that are already out.
What about you? What do you feel?
Well, I definitely think that the whole Simpsons prescience thing is a little far-fetched. I think between frequency illusion and just the fact that they have so much material out, it would be difficult to pinpoint that they're predicting all of certain things correctly, but how many other things have they predicted that have not come true, or referenced in episodes that aren't real?
I know. When Bart writes on the chalkboard, I used to write on the chalkboard.
Oh my God,
That's pretty real to me.
I think I'm sold. What do you? What do you think?
Like I said in the beginning, I just feel like they kind of just took in things from what happened in the past, or sometimes be like, hey, like I said, history repeats
But
itself.
also, they're in the Hollywood limelight, or
like
they're
true that. Like we forget
So-
that they are also in like.
so they hear things and they hear,
Like, how can we tell on him without straight up busting
because look at South Park. South Park's made fun of people and stuff, and it's like just like Family Guy and everything. So I mean, like, I'm not 100% sure that they're all Nostradamus or anything, but I'm just saying that I don't know. It's just like, but I do kind of believe in predictive programming because they do, just like the night before 9/11, that commercial that kept showing over and over, and her getting stuck in between Sun at the Beach. They were promoting their second season, and like all night, because we were watching something on FX, and she kept getting stuck between the Twin Towers. Like all night. It was like every 5 seconds that commercial came on. We're like, what the fuck? Even Dad was like, damn, I'm getting tired of this commercial. But then the next day, that's when 9/11 happened. So
And then they didn't have to see that commercial anymore.
no, they took it off air.
Everyone's so stuck at that commercial.
Yeah, they guys like we're getting on a plane. We're fixing this.
Because who's to say that it's like
They're watching Al Jazeera or something over there, and keep getting interrupted by "Here Comes the Sun" or whatever that shit is called.
Son of a Beach? Oh yeah.
Well, is there anything else?
No, that's just what was piggybacking was the predictive programming.
All right.
Have you guys ever heard of the Mothman?
Yes.
And how, like, allegedly they appear to people in areas and have like really specific details about tragedies that are going to happen, and then tragedies happen in those places. You know what I'm talking about?
Not that Mothman, but
Oh, okay. Well, I recently watched a film called The Mothman Prophecies or something. It was a
yeah, we have that.
dramatization, but allegedly it was real events that happened in Virginia or West Virginia. Mothman kept appearing to these people and talking to them, and people having dreams about tragedies happening on this river. It was like all over this town, and then that Christmas Eve or something, the bridge collapsed, and it killed 36 people. In one of the person's dreams, it was the number 36 or something, or
Final Destination.
so. I haven't done a lot of independent research into it, but it was pretty compelling. So maybe the Mothmen are involved in the writing staff.
I mean, I do know people can like, or whether I guess you call them psychics here, I guess. But I know people who can see things that come true and everything. But I can't believe all psychics, but I know there's a lot out there that can actually see things in the future and everything. So it's not that far-fetched, but
I feel that. Well, if there's anything else, we'll probably close it out a little bit early. Yeah, if you guys liked what you saw and want to see more, definitely go to
Instant Prime Plus Word.
Instant Prime Plus Squared, of course, and then definitely if you want
The
to
Guardian.
watch The Guardian. But if you guys want to see more, we have plenty of episodes, and hopefully we can do more. We might be starting to do this. I don't know. I have to talk about this. Either it's probably going to be like twice a week, so we can get our research a little bit going a little bit before we start doing once a week. Because my sister does get stressed out a lot.
Twice a week.
I'm gonna have to look up more things twice a week.
No, I mean like do this like once.
Oh.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, once every 2
See,
weeks.
that sounds more doable.
That's what I meant. Sorry,
Like twice a week.
I misconstrued that. So, yeah. So, Therefore, we can get our research a little bit more compelling and everything else. So it just seems a little bit more less stress on her. So
It's
Guys.
only this week.
More research, less stress. You got.
more research, less stress. So gotcha. All right. If you like what you see more, definitely check it out. Yeah, and like, comment, and subscribe.
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 Turtlies.
Subscribe. Over and out.
Subscribe.